Good morning, dear children. Welcome back to the English class. How are you? I hope all are safe at home. Children, we have already learned two short stories. Adventures in a Banyan Tree by Ruskin Bond, The Snake and the Mirror by Vaikam Muhammad Bashir. Today, we have something different to deal with. Can you guess? Yes, you are right. It's a poem. Before going in detail, let's watch a video. Here is the video. Hi dears, how was the video? Could you enjoy it? What was it about? Yeah, good. It's about nature. What do you see in this video? Yes, flowers, birds, valley, mountain, anything more? Yes, streams, rivers, so on. What is the nature for us? Nature is like a loving mother, preserving and protecting all the human beings on earth. Nature is divine. It gives us wonders. It fills your mind with utmost joy and happiness. Dear children, here we have a beautiful poem, Lines Written in Early Spring by William Wordsworth. Are you familiar with the name William Wordsworth? Yes, he is one of the greatest nature poets. What else do you know about him? He was a major romantic poet. He became the poet laureate in 1843. Yes, the famous collection of poems Lyrical ballads is the combined work of Wordsworth and his friend Samuel Taylor Coleridge. William Wordsworth wrote many famous poems like Daffodils, Lucy Gray, Solitary Reaper, Rainbow, Prelude, and so on. Dears, find out more information about William Wordsworth and prepare a profile. Don't forget to send it to your English teacher. S. Lines written in early spring by William Wordsworth. Here is another video for you. season of colors, joy, happiness and love. Compared to other seasons, it inspires everyone. Our nature poet Wordsworth was also inspired by this season, and he wrote
in Early Spring by William Wordsworth. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Through primrose tufts and that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreath, and it's my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. The birds around me hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man?
Dear students, you look on the screen and read the poem once again silently. Hi, how is the poem? Do you like it? Okay, let me check it by asking some simple questions. It's a question time for you. First question. Who is I referred in this poem? Who is I referred in this poem? Yes, you are right, the poet. Second question. Where was the poet sitting? Where was the poet sitting? Very simple. The poet was sitting in a grove. Yes, you are right. Let's go to the next question. What do you think is the central idea of the poem? Yes, nature is a perfect example of contentment, happiness and beauty. But mankind is in huge contrast to this. Right? Next one. What is the expression does the poet use to describe the sounds of nature? Yes, the poet used the beautiful expression 1,000 blended notes. Okay children, you did it well. Let's analyze the poem in detail. First and second paragraphs. I heard 1,000 blended notes. While in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. The beautiful poem, lines written in early spring, deals with nature. When the poet was sitting in a grove, his mind was full of pleasant thoughts. He became happy to see the beautiful sights and sounds of nature. But suddenly, some sad thought came to his mind. He became tensed to think what man has made of man. As we have seen earlier, nature is like a loving mother. She provides us everything we need. But what do we give in return? Have you ever thought of it? Okay children, I think you have got a clear idea about this poem. Okay, let's discuss the textual questions. First question. What does the expression I sat reclined indicate about the poet's state of mind? The poet's mind was full of satisfaction. The poet slept in a relaxed manner. Second question. Why does the poet feel sad while reclining in the grove? The poet felt sad because of the mistakes of mankind. How does the poet associate himself with the nature? The poet thinks that there is a strong connection between nature and the soul of mankind. The soul that lives in poet feels linked with the creation of nature. Man is made of man, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. What do these lines convey? What man has made of man means the negative actions of mankind, such as wars, which produce sorrow and conflict in spite of good works of nature. This makes the poet sad. Children, poets use lots of poetic devices to add beauty and meaning to the poem. Okay, let's begin with a very simple poetic device which all of you are familiar with. Rhyming words.
Let's take a look at the words at the end of the given lines. The sun is shining bright. This is a lovely sight. If you've noticed, the words bright and sight have the same sounds at the ends. Can we look at a few more examples? I think I can never see something as free as a sea. If you have listened carefully, the words see and see have the same end sounds. Let's go for another example. The green garden lets its shade fall over the red old school hall. Again, you have fall and hall having the same end sounds. So we've observed the repetition of similar sounds in two or more words, and this is called a rhyme. And because it occurs at the end of the lines, it is called the end rhyme. Let's look at the end rhymes in the following lines. Bid me to weep, and I will weep, while I have eyes to see, and having none, yet I will keep a heart to weep for thee. Clearly, the words weep and keep rhyme with each other, so does see and thee. Another beautiful poem by William Wordsworth is Daffodils. We will look at the first stanza of the poem. Pay attention to the rhyme. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. I hope you have paid attention to the words at the end of the lines. The words are cloud, hills, crowd, daffodils, trees, and breeze. Remember, each new sound at the end of the line is given a letter starting with A, and then B and C, and so on. As you have noticed, A is given to the first sound in the word cloud, which is in the first line, B for the next new sound as in hills, and C for another new sound in the word trees. Now, if the end sound is repeated, it gets the same letter as in the earlier lines. So you have the end sounds in cloud and crowd to be the same, and hence it is denoted with an A. The end sound in hills and daffodils are the same, and it is denoted with a B. And trees and breeze is given a C. So then, we were looking at the rhyme scheme. What is then a rhyme scheme? Rhyme scheme is a pattern of rhymes in a poem or a song. It is denoted using letters of the alphabet. To sum up, the same letter indicates that the end sounds rhyme with each other.
Let's look at the end sound of the first stanza. You just read the first stanza, which is the last word, okay, notes. And the second line, last word, reclined. Then thought. Then fourth line, mind. Okay, you read the words again. Notes, reclined, thoughts, mind. Do we have words which sounds similar among them? Of course, we have notes and thoughts, reclined and mind. What we call them? Yes, we call such words rhyming words. Words that sound similar are called rhyming words. It make any poem musical and melodious. Now, let's find out the rhyme scheme of the poem. Okay, dear children, let's consider the first stanza. I will read the stanza for you. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. Okay, let's look at the first line of the poem and give it the first alphabetic letter A. Second line, rhyme with B. What about the third line? Is it the same with the first or the second? Yes, the third line rhyme with the first line. Give it A. And the fourth line rhyme with the second. So B. Dear students, what's the rhyme scheme of the poem? A, B, A, B. Find out the rhyme scheme of all these stanzas and see whether it follows the regular pattern. Dear students, please go through the two stanzas that we have already discussed and find out the rhyming words from all of them and rhyme scheme and send it to your English teacher. Dear children, it's time to wind up the class. Please do all the activities that were given to you. Send it in your WhatsApp group. Stay home, stay safe. We will meet in the next class. Till then, bye.